Okay, so today we're going to look at Introduction to Number Theory. And more specifically, we're going to be looking at what's called the Divisibility Theorem. Divisibility Theorem. And what this means is we have some theories around how divisibility works with factors. And we've got four main rules we're going to look at. There is plenty more, but I'll give you these four and a few examples today. So our first example, or our first theory, it works on the basis of this. This here, A/B, what this means is that A is a factor of B. Okay? And for example, 2/8 means 2 is a factor of 8. And we know that because 8 can be divided by 2, therefore it is a factor. Okay, so our first divisibility theorem. Put it over here, number 1. If A/B, or A is a factor of B, and B/C, or B is a factor of C, then A is a factor of C. That's our first one. Our second one is if A is a factor of B, sorry, do that in capitals. If A is a factor of B and A is a factor of C, then A is a factor of B plus C. I'm going to do examples of all these in a minute. Our third one, and this one is just kind of accepted, is that A is a factor of 0 and 1 is a factor of A. We know that 1 is a factor of everything. Then A is a factor of A. And that makes sense. A number is a factor of itself. And I'll go through examples of these in a minute. And the very last one, 4. This is the fourth one, almost, of our four important ones. If A is a factor of B and C is a factor of D, then AC is a factor of BD. Okay? Those are our four main rules. Those are the four ones I'm going to focus on right this minute. Alright, so our first one. If A is a factor of B and B is a factor of C, then A is a factor of C. First example. If 2 is a factor of 8, which we know it is, because 8 can be divided by 2, and 8 is a factor of 64, which it is, 64 divided by 8 is 8, then 2 is a factor of 64, which again, we can divide 64 by 2 and get 32. So it looks like this. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. 64 divided by 8 equals 8. 64 divided by 2 equals 32. There's evidence that our rule is correct. 2 is a factor of 8. 8 is a factor of 64. Therefore, 2 is a factor of 64. Beautiful. Our second rule was if A is a factor of B and A is a factor of C, then A is a factor of B plus C. Okay, so we'll go with the same. We'll go with nice even numbers again. So example, 4 is a factor of 8. And 4 is a factor of 32. Therefore, 4 is a factor of 8 plus 32, or 4 is a factor of 40. I'll do the same thing again. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. 32 divided by 4 equals 8. And 40 divided by 4 equals 10. So again, we can see that yes, if 4 is a factor of 8 and 4 is a factor of 32, then 4 is a factor of 8 plus 32. Number 3. A is a factor of 0, 1 is a factor of A, and A is a factor of A. What this means, I'm going to use number 5 as an example, is that 5 is a factor of 0. 1 is a factor of 5, and 5 is a factor of 5. That's all that rule means, nothing more, nothing less. And our very, very last one, 4. If A is a factor of B and C is a factor of D, then AC is a factor of BD. So let's take a couple of numbers. Let's go e.g. 5 is a factor of 25 and 3 is a factor of 9. Therefore, 5 times 3 is a factor of 25 times 9, or 15 is a factor of 225. And if you divide 225 by 15, you will find it is a factor. Those are our 4 main divisibility theorems. Those are what we're going to be working on.